Hey, this is Lotus Comics. I am the Joker, or Chad Elijah, as people know me on Facebook. We're here with Marcus M. Mauldin, and what's really cool is he does Borderlands, guys, out of all things. The voice of Borderlands himself is here today. How you doing today, sir?
Fine, sir, and yourself?
I'm very well, sir.
Good, good,
So,
good.
Being a voice actor that you are, do you have any inspirational kind of experiences that you've gone through that really that you'd be able to share on camera with us?
Inspirational.
Like maybe some of the best experiences you've had being a voice actor, stuff like that.
I've had some really good experiences working as well as auditioning. One particular audition that I had was to do a layover for a film that was already shot. This creature, it was an independent film. This killer, this creature, but he wore a goat's head and he mumbled, and it was all roars and mumbling. And they had me, and I had so much fun at this particular audition, growling and roaring and
Right.
just doing a bunch of unintelligible sounds. And I auditioned for my audition for Brick. I would say it was probably another one of those really fun, exciting, walk out of the booth sweating because I had so much fun jumping up and down in front of the microphone. And Brick was born from that. And all 7 feet, 320 pounds of it. Brick has become, as I'm finding out from fans and being out here on the road and checking in the cons and so on and so forth, that Brick has evolved and relates to a lot of people, and that's a great thing. I mean, I also have voiced the character of Mauldin in Paladins. I also did Captain Justin Perry in Terminator Dawn of Fate. Some may even remember the game Katana, which was just strictly for PC, that I did Superfly Johnson. But Brick, the original Vault Hunter Brick, from the original Borderlands to Borderlands 2 to the pre-sequel to Borderlands 3 to all the downloadable content to Brick and Tiny Tina's Adventures, the Telltales from the Borderlands. Brick has evolved and grown from the original all the way through all of these other games.
Right, yeah.
And he continues to be strong and continues to be a part of the game, a significant part of the game, and people still relate to Brick and look forward to finding out what's next for the Slab King.
Very cool. Now, I'm a big Borderlands fan, and I love the work that you did in Borderlands, first off. And I also hear that you've done a lot of, you just got done with, a couple of years ago, you did a movie in OKC.
Yes.
Actually, no less, Oklahoma City, where we're based out of, which is awesome.
Yes, sir.
And could you talk a little bit about that?
I actually done 2 films in Oklahoma City.
That's our city. That's our city right there, guys.
So yeah, OKC, baby. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah. The most recent one is Sleeping in Plastic.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a thriller, crime thriller, kind of dark film, if you will. Alex McNichol and Addison Tomlin, Nick Chalon, Des Myhawk, and myself, Marcus M. Mauldin, along with a host of others. It's a wonderful, little dark, gritty, kind of grimy, take you on a kind of thrill ride film. And I get to play this very horrible human being that likes to hit people in the head with hammers. And
That's no fun, bro. That's no fun. Even though I'm the joke, I personify the Joker. I know that can't be. That's not a walk of a good day right there, man.
No, but it was fun creating the character because a lot of the times I've worked in television.
Yeah.
I've done Breaking Bad. I've done Dallas. I've done Queen Sugar. Just to name a few episodic television that I've done. Shout out to Bryan Cranston, a very wonderful human being.
An amazing actor.
He's an amazing actor. He's a wonderful human being. I really enjoyed working with him. And
I was really hoping he'd play like Lex Luthor or maybe a supervillain in a superhero film of some sort. You know.
And also shout out to Ernie Hudson. Ernie Hudson and I worked on a film that's 6 years old now, that's on Amazon Prime, called Gallows Road. It's a family faith-based film, which I am also extremely proud of. And it was wonderful to work with Mr. Hudson, another genuinely great human being. Just had story on top of story, entertaining stories.
He has some deep stories too.
Man.
We had a chance to meet Ernie Hudson a couple of years ago, and he's just a super nice guy, super laid back, and he's got a ton of stories when you talk to him.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah. Really a great. He gave me a lot of advice when I worked with him,
yeah.
And I've kept that to heart and tried to strive, in the right direction of the things that he told me. So yeah, I consider him. I played his younger brother in the film, and I kind of consider him my big brother in life, as you will.
Makes sense. And kind of like, don't we all? Because he's like in Ghostbusters as Winston, you know. And Winston's like an amazing character in Ghostbusters, you know. Or The Crow, which is an extremely phenomenal movie.
Yes, sir.
And he did like a phenomenal job being the cop. You know, in The Crow, but I would say probably my favorite is Ghostbusters. You know, out of all of what he's done.
Still relevant to this day.
Yeah, I know, which is amazing.
It's extremely amazing. You know, I hope to someday be a part of a project that will stand the test of time like that.
I think you have, sir. I think you have.
Well, yeah.
Mr. Brick here, Mr.
That.
Brick in Borderlands is amazing, and future generations know what that is. You have, sir. I think you've accomplished that.
I think you're right. I have had some fans come up and say, "Man, you were my childhood. You were my teenage years.
That's what I mean.
You were what I did all through college." And I think about it. I was like, "Yeah, Brick is 10 years old now."
I think you've definitely accomplished that, though, with what you do. Yeah, I'd love to see you like in an Arkham Asylum game of some sort with, with Batman and all that stuff.
I've auditioned for a few roles, but unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, and for me, as an actor, period, whether it's voice, whether it's stage, whether it's film, television, you're not going to get everything that you go after.
Right.
You, as an actor, you're hungry, you want to get everything, but you're not going to get everything, and sometimes that's a blessing.
That's true.
Sometimes someone else needs that more than you do. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
The Lord's got that set out for this person, and this person needs this at this time more than you do. Even though you feel like, man, I really need this gig. I really need this. The light's about to get cut off. I really need this gig.
Put this man in the Batman game right now. Put this man in the Batman game. Joker says put this man in the Batman game like right now. He could be the best supervillain ever that you've ever seen in one of those Batman games. Yes.
I would love to.
I think you're phenomenal at what you do. I really do. And I know all part of the plan, folks, you know, as far as like we want to see him in more Borderlands games. We want to see him all over the place.
Playable character.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's get back to letting Brick be a playable character.
Exactly. So I think what you do is phenomenal. I really do. Do you have any advice that you would offer new voice actors, just in general, that are just now getting into the field of voice acting?
I would say know that you believe in what you are doing. Believe in yourself. Know yourself. Because you're going to have people that are going to tell you, you can't do that. You don't have a special voice. Or you're not really good at this or that. But if you know that you have the power to create, man, do it. And
Absolutely.
just believe in what you're doing. But I would also say, study your favorite actors. Like I particularly like to watch and listen to Morgan Freeman and James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones is a classic.
Man.
My favorite of his, everybody says Darth Vader, like the voice of Darth Vader. I would say Field of Dreams. Like Field of Dreams is by far my James Earl Jones favorite pick of favorite movies to watch.
I have waited all my life to be in a film with him where he could play my father. or my uncle, or play his
Or-
younger brother as well.
Or The Sandlot. The Sandlot was an amazing movie too with
Yeah.
Jones, and a lot of people forget that
Forget about it. They do.
because he plays the neighbor that only has like 2 or 3 lines in the movie. But like The Sandlot was amazing for different reasons. But Field of Dreams is what I grew up on, watching James Earl Jones and stuff like that. Or my mom's classic for James Earl Jones would be Coming to America. And I do agree with that.
And that's the comedy that
Yeah.
you don't get to see him do a lot of, but I've heard that he is a very hilarious human being.
And I've also heard they're making a sequel.
They are.
Yeah, I heard
They are.
about
In
they're
fact,
making
my
the sequel
little
to
one,
that movie.
She auditioned for one of the children in it. She didn't get cast in it, but she did, get in on an audition.
That's
and she's
awesome.
9 years old. Yeah. So be on the lookout for
Both those-
Samaj Barrett.
Both of
She's
those
on the
guys
way.
are amazing, though.
Yeah.
Equally. Like Morgan Freeman, I grew up
Yeah.
watching him in Seven,
Yeah. Man.
in like every voice acting movie ever. Like when he voices something, you can only hear his voice on everything. So I mean, it's pretty amazing what he's done too, because Morgan Freeman's done so much stuff.
Man.
I mean, countless movies that are just amazing.
I'll tell you one of my favorite animated characters, but voice actor that he does a character for television, Archer,
Yeah.
H. John Benjamin.
I forgot about that.
I
forgot about
his
that, actually.
work.
Yeah,
Him,
you're right.
Aisha Tyler, really the whole cast.
Yeah.
It's timing, and the voices, they bring those characters to life so much. But H. John Benjamin, Aisha Tyler, man.
That's true.
That whole cast it's just marvelous. I hope that one day I get an opportunity to be on at least one episode, if nothing else, so that I can have an opportunity to meet and play with them in the booth.
Well, we know you didn't have a lot of time, but we really do appreciate the time you had.
Thank you.
We want to wrap up because you played Brick in Borderlands, and you've done the acting, and you've done all these different genres of films and things like that. Do you have any advice to offer the new generation of people that are just now getting out there, as far as actors or voice actors?
Yeah.
Or is it strictly just stick to the story, kind of thing?
Well, I would suggest if you want to get into acting, know that first of all it's going to be a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, and people are going to tell you no.
Okay.
And every no that you get gets you closer to the next yes. Okay.
I know knowing yourself is going to be a big key to that.
Knowing yourself has to be is primary. in that.
But I also know that
Being
persistence, like you're saying, has a lot to do with it too.
Confident, be persistent. Don't if you get those no's, like I said, that's getting you closer to a yes. Local theater. If you have an opportunity to go on the boards and do theater, please do. Take classes, acting classes. Find you a reputable teacher, and every teacher is not going to match your skill or match your taste.
Okay.
You're gonna have to, as they would say, you have to kiss a few frogs before you find that princess. So you're going to have to try out different acting coaches, different acting teachers, different acting classes. There are many books out there on the subject, and every book is not going to be your forte either, as far as reading about acting and determining what you want to do. Because there are a lot of actors that they just do voices. There are a lot of actors that just do commercials. There are a lot of actors that just do television, and so on down the line, do stage, do film, and they don't really cross over that much.
Makes sense.
And then there are some of us that, we've been blessed and lucky to have the opportunity to do stage, do some television, do some film, do some voice acting, all the way around and continue to learn. And each one is a different style. So that's the other thing. You have to be able to be a chameleon, if you will, especially if you plan to float in between the different worlds as far as acting is concerned. Because what you do on film is not going to work on stage.
Makes sense.
What you do on stage is not going to work on television. So you have to find that happy medium, and you have to be prepared to switch your styles and learn how to do what works. and then you have to find out what works for yourself. So I would, local theater, community theater, acting classes, find your acting coach. Even if it's got to be online, find your acting coach and find one that's going to tell you the truth. It's going to tell you the truth about your acting so that you know what to work on, because you can only be as strong as your weakest link. So if there are certain things that you do extremely well, go back and work on the things that you don't do as strongly so that you can balance yourself out. And then you step up to the plate and start taking swing after swing, audition after audition. You're going to get that single, you're going to get that double, you get that triple, you'll get that home run. It'll happen, but you have to stay at it, you have to stay on it. You have to know that that heart is beating to drive you. And while I'm doing this, I'm also saying this design of my Team Brick shirts. So I have these, I sell these.
Where can we get a Team Brick shirt, bro?
If anywhere that you see me, you're going to see the Team Brick t-shirts. And I also am on Instagram, Marcus M. Mauldin on Instagram. Also on Twitter, at The Voice of Brick, Marcus M. Mauldin at The Voice of Brick. And we even have a fan page, which my publicist, Nigel Kirkpatrick, runs.
Very cool. Very cool.
It's Facebook. The Facebook page is The Voice of Brick.
The Voice of Brick?
The Voice of Brick.
Okay. Very cool. We have one follow-up question for you, Mr. Brick. All right? All right. So you're in Borderlands, yeah?
Yes.
Right. So if you had a favorite superpower that you could have on your own, what would it be? If you could pick any superpower for your own life, what would it be?
That's a tough one. It really is a tough one. I say that because, automatically you would want the super strength. That's automatic. But one of my favorite Marvel characters is Wolverine, who has the strength and also has the healing power.
Wolverine's amazing.
So,
that's my brother. That's my brother. Right
so, right there, so I can't choose one. I would have to have the strength and healing power of Wolverine. I think that would, yeah. I think that I'm gonna have to go do a twofer on you.
And Nigel, what about you, sir? If you had a favorite superpower?
That's my brother, because I'm all about that Wolverine healing factor. So there is a reason my 12-year-old son's name is Logan. So there you go. So, but yeah, I have to say the Wolverine healing factor.
That is awesome. This is Nigel, guys. This is Brick, or Marcus, which is amazing voice actor. Come check him out, guys, on all the social media platforms. Come check us out at lotuscomics.com, and we'll see you here real soon, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.